last longer than my first pair, which, you know, just has giant holes in them.
We are departing from our eco-ethnic resort, which was a lovely stay, and start a 5-day section, and it's going to end with a couple of days off in Sarajevo.
Yeah, we're really excited to do some actual touring. We might have to do some rerouting. There is a fire in our path. We don't have a whole lot of information about it, so we'll keep you up to date.
Taking a slight alt out of this eco resort, hoping it pays out. Cuts off some road walking that we don't really want. Quaint little walk this morning. I quite like our little alt. For those of you thinking, what about the landmines? You're off the route. It occurred to me. But there's a bunch of cows out here, and we have an app. There's an app that tells you how close you are to the landmines or suspected mine areas. We're like 22 kilometers away from the closest landmine, so we feel okay. Well, we're back on the trail. We came out right where this monument of a famous Hayduke, which is kind of like a regional Robin Hood rebellious figure of sorts. And I was going to record a video, but this lady came out and she was trying to be helpful. I don't know what she was saying, but she just kept pointing up the road like that way. So it felt rude to stop. We did hear in this section it was kind of confusing, and we're following a path. It's not on the GPX track. We don't have any markers. It's just winding all around. We hope we're gonna end up in a place. But the trail is throwing us off because it keeps having us go over these, what we assume are electrified fences, but we don't know. We're just being real careful. I don't know. How low can he go? We are at the spring that we expected to find, and it is dry. We are at low altitude. We're about to head up into the higher altitudes, and we're concerned about water. We're concerned that the springs up high are going to be dried up. And that's a real concern, like a real concern.
This is something called Cathedral Cave. Looks like they have some sort of maybe religious services or something here. Probably wouldn't make a bad shelter.
Hiker trash prepping. Our cold soaks in a parking lot. It's awesome.
We are cutting across this field, and you can see kind of behind me the mountains that we're about to start climbing. So this is the last time we're going to be down low for a while, but it's really pretty farmland, and I'm looking forward to doing a little bit of climbing. Hopefully we can find a good campsite tonight. We're carrying all the water we need.
I have like 12 pounds of water in my pack, and I feel it.
You can see how incredibly flat it is down there in that farmland, and then you can see the range that we came from days ago. Look at this view! Our first major climb in Bosnia. You can see into a valley below. I think we might be heading along the ridge, I'm not sure, but it's an awesome day.
Starting to get a sneak peek of where we're heading.
When we got to the peak, the trail just kind of went off the side of the mountain. There wasn't even a trail. We're just following markers and looking for you know, blazes of red paint on trees and rocks. And it's actually really fun. I enjoyed it a lot. I don't know if Spreadsheet will agree with me, but I thought it was pretty entertaining. But it does make me wonder what we're going to see in the future.
We have set up our tent.
This kind of like little private hut, and we're hoping it's gonna be all right. Somebody comes, we'll just ask permission. It seemed like an ideal little spot, and they have a privy. Getting a later start than normal today, 6 o'clock. I know that doesn't seem late. Humble brag. Anyway, we were supposed to go over Brand Mountain today, which has a notoriously steep descent and a very exposed ridgeline. But right when we were supposed to go over it, we have just enough internet to tell us there's supposed to be thunderstorms. And there's not really anywhere to escape to. So on the side of caution, we are going to do an alternate route around the mountain, which is going to put us at our destination soups early. There is not a cloud in the sky, so we're not entirely certain where this thunderstorm is going to come from. Not the first time I felt like I was in Scotland out here. It's like the pathless bogs without the bog. Chunky, pathless trail. We're here at Vladinier Lake at a grill that we're hoping is going to open. They were supposed to open 6 months ago. There's a collection of people hoping that they're gonna get open, but we just met another guy. We saw somebody with a backpack, and when you're out here and you see someone with a backpack, we're like dogs. We're like, you know, whoop, 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 want to go like check each other out. We can't help but try to talk to each other. But it was the very first day. We exchanged information. He's just hiking through, I think, the Bosnian section. So we're gonna meet up for dinner tomorrow because we're all gonna be in Jablanica. So that'll be fun. Wouldn't believed it this morning, but the clouds are just now starting to come in. He's so happy. Look at this giant burger in this beautiful location. Oh. We once again find ourselves with a key to a hut
That is otherwise empty.
that is just us. We have the run of the place. Ooh. What are we gonna get up to? What wild thing are we gonna do? Probably.
Party!
No. We're probably gonna download the latest episode of Silo and watch it with the Wi-Fi.
Our decision to hike the road to get in sooner was probably a good one because it is starting to rain. The clouds do not look good, and we would be up on a ridge right now.
Found ourselves in a pickle in the middle of the night, really all through the night. Situation is that everyone that we encountered yesterday, and there was a group of they're like the local hiking group that runs this particular hut. They were like, we would not suggest hiking through there in the forecast. They canceled all their plans for today. It's already storming out there. It's calling for thunderstorms like all day. So we were kind of like in a real bind as to what to do. We were just like, what are we gonna do? Because it's one of the highlights of the trail is this particular section. So we decided in the middle of the night that we're just gonna like hunker down here for the day. We were gonna take 2 0 days in Sarajevo, but we're just gonna do one now. So we've rescheduled everything. So we're gonna just sit here and then hike out tomorrow. It's gonna be such a weird day, but it's a really nice, comfortable place to be stuck. So I don't know. Well, we've spent like a whole 2 days here basically at this hut. Been nice. It's been lovely. It never did thunderstorm today. We feel a little bit silly. We have missed out now on one of our days in Sarajevo as a result, but you know, it is what it is. And we were able to meet this lovely French couple. We already met them on the trail just yesterday or the day before, I can't remember. And so they came by and we had a longer chat with them, exchanged contact information. So, you know, we wouldn't have been able to do that without our stuff. So, yay! All right, goodbye hut. These guys came by while we were here and they had a little bit of a party and they hung this up. I took a picture for them with it and they were really excited and proud. It was a really nice place to wait out the weather. Today is supposed to be one of the most spectacular days, so even if it didn't rain yesterday, it was really overcast and cloudy, so I'm glad that we waited for what is 0% chance of rain, so hopefully we're gonna get amazing views today.
Well, the day is starting out with just figure it out trail. There's no markers. There's no distinguishable path. We just hope we're going the right direction. Phase 1 complete. And at the very end, an actual dot. Wild.
So far in Bosnia, we've either been on road, track, or just flat out overlanding. But this morning we're on what I would call a bona fide trail. Like you can actually see trail bed that we're following.
Always with the nettle, man. I know we're here for the views, but I can't stop looking at this trail bed. God, it's so pretty. It's like the best trail bed we've seen, honestly. Oh, the views are pretty nice too. I just love a sweeping view where you can kind of see the path that you're about to go on from a distance. I think we're gonna go up and through that pass there. Continued pro tip for this trail. I know I said this in our section 1 video, but just in case you didn't watch all of the videos, download the sections, the GPX tracks from the VDT website individually, because they do not seem to update their full trail at all, and they make updates to their trails, but not to the full thing, only to the section. So looks like we're going up that. Fun. You know me, I could really do without this wind on this ridge hike coming up. Now for one of the iconic moments of the trail. Wow, that is so pretty. So the legends of yore, this is the Rebel's Door or the Hajduk Door, stated that before you could become a Hajduk, you had to come and walk through this doorway. So Tony's gonna be a bad boy right now.
Reached the top of our last peak for the day. Looking at these beautiful ridges. Oh my God, it's so stunning up here. I had no idea what to expect, but it's been amazing. I'm so grateful to be here.
I know that cameras do not convey steepness, but this is the trail, and that is just piles of scree, and I am just flummoxed that they would make us go down that. And it just keeps going.
Okay, so VDT, I just want you to know that's not trail. That's dangerous. Shame on you.
Another super fun pro tip for you. If you just download the waypoints from the VDT website for all the huts and accommodations, like you would think to do, and you've done the rest of the trail, and you think, oh yeah, huts, they're great, we love them. You just pop in and have an overnight. Well, VDT does a great job describing the huts and where they are, but they don't tell you that you have to reserve all of them in Bosnia so far. For this whole section anyway, we've looked them up online separately, and you have to call in advance or get a key, or some of them say open on the weekends, but we messaged one of them, they still weren't even open on the weekend, so keep that in mind with your planning.
So I just want to say how proud I am of Melissa, because she had to do 2 very brave things today that she didn't want to do. So first she had to go up a very windy, steep ridge, and she's terrified of wind and heights. So she's like acrophobic, but not. Scaredy cat. And then we had to come down this scree slide, which is very steep and very treacherous, and she did a great job. I thought I was going to break my butt. Yes, she thought she was going to die in both instances, but she has survived.
He always reminds me that it takes fear to make you brave.
Yeah, so I'm not brave because I'm not afraid. But she's very brave because she was terrified. So anyway, I'm very proud of her and I love her.
Well, fun fact, we have 2 new friends named Charles from France. And they're both WhatsApping us now. But Charles 1 messaged us yesterday after finishing this descent to say that it was an endless descent. And now we are feeling that endlessness. It is seemingly endless. But it was a really nice day up on the ridge. And so we have to pay the price. Almost done with this very long, dangerous, shoulderless road walk.
So this is our ABAP, and we're watching on a streaming. We've been watching Brooklyn Nine-Nine over this whole time because we love that show. And we just found out that our new friends are also in one of the other 2 rooms here, and we're waiting to hear back from them on WhatsApp. This is hilarious. We're waiting for our hotel restaurant to open because we have breakfast included. We are getting a little bit of a late start at 7, but we wanted to have our breakfast. We have a short day today because we are not sure how far we're going actually.
Well, we're going at least 12 miles, right?
Yeah, at least 12.
At least 12.
That's our minimum.
Probably more.
Yeah, I'm not sure. It's a mystery day.
Out of Jablanica, there used to be this notoriously terrible trail. I'm really glad they rerouted it, but it goes along this road and up a much nicer trail now. So we're very excited about that, even if it means a little bit of a road walk to start. The weather has been so variable. Yesterday we couldn't even take breaks because it was so windy and cold. It's not even 9:30 and my sweat is sweating. It's supposed to get up to 93 today. You can see, oh, my fingers are too sweaty. It won't let me zoom in. You can see Jablanica down there where we left this morning.
How do you feel about what we're about to do?
I am not enthusiastic.
Why is that?
Well, for the next mile, we are going to gain 1,700 feet of elevation.
And is that a lot?
That is a lot. That is a lot. That's like a 20% grade for a whole mile.
We're halfway through pretty steep climb, and I've come to this really cool spot. There's these big glacial erratic rocks, and there's this plaque up here on this one. It's an in memoriam plaque. It's the second plaque we've seen like that in Bosnia, and it just kind of makes you wonder, was the person just a big fan of hiking and this was a favorite spot, or were they hiking and they just dropped dead of a heart attack? So I'm hoping it's the former and that I don't have to worry about an on-trail cardiologist.
Well, I'm struggling to get up mountains. Tony just climbs up rocks to show off.
Made it to the top of this grueling climb, and it's a beautiful view. I think we're gonna sit here and have a nice long break. This is an amazing anthill. So much activity.
Well, it is at least always my preference when it's going to be steep that we have a nice view. It's just incredible up here. Yeah, and now we're kind of lost again. The trail had dots and now it doesn't. We're kind of following a GPX track that's sort of generally sending us this way, but there's no indication that this is the right path. Dot. Trail definitely likes to surprise us. They're like, here's a lovely trail. Get used to it. And then they're like, haha. Where are we? Oh God. Ooh, it's all just loose rocks. Ah! Ah! I am just throwing away my hatred for the last couple of miles and just soaking up all of this. My God. We have this. We own this right now. We have this to ourselves. We are completely alone out here. We got to the hut that was described.
This is listed as a nice little shelter.
That sleeps 4.
Look inside here.
Yeah, I don't know who in their right mind
The roof isn't even
would sleep
solid.
in that. That is disgusting. Anyway, so we are not sleeping in there, but luckily there is campable space here. It's been a really long day. It was supposed to be a short day. It was, in fact, a short day. But, you know, we did a lot of elevation. It was like 7,500 feet of elevation gain. It is perhaps one of our prettiest camp views. Good morning. One major obstacle has definitely been this, ow, freaking, he says fight my way through, I can do it. It's really not that bad here. It's when it pushes you off a ledge. There's just so much of this dwarf pine.
I'm looking down into this cave and it's so cold in there that there's still snow.
Now we are actually hiking down to a city called Konjic, and we are excited about it because that's where we're going to catch a bus to go to Sarajevo to spend a day being just like regular tourists and also do some laundry. But we weren't sure if this trail was even going to exist because sometimes trails are on the map, they don't exist. But it is, well, really lovely. Well, it's gotten a little adventurous actually because we lost the trail. But you know what? There's lots of cow poop. And where there's cow poop, oh wait, I see a trail. There's not landmines. So, I think people have walked here. Yes. We're just calmly coming through. We just want to come through. What's up, guys? Don't mind us. I ran into a bit of a hiccup. We mapped out a path. It went by what looked to be a hut, so we assumed that it would be good. We looked at the Mine app. It looked like there was something close by, but we figured it was a road, and But anyway, long story short, we got a little ways down the road when it left the main path, and there was a big, you know, like skeleton red sign, like mine danger. We're like, ah! So we turned around, which adds miles because we have to go way out of our way, which means we're going to miss the bus we wanted to take. That is a big bummer because we were running to get to this point, which so, I don't know. We have arrived at our Sarajevo apartments. We are excited to explore the city tomorrow after we do some laundry because we stink, y'all.